I love to crimp my hair in the mornings because it is so fast and I do not have a lot of time to spend in the morning. I'm a busy mom. I'm trying to get out of the door. These are the two crimpers that I use and love. You can tell they're pretty different. This one gives a more defined crimp, whereas this one is a lot looser, but just depending on what I'm going for the day depends on which one I'm going to use. So a couple perks about each of them. This one is the Conair, super easy to use. It heats up very fast. It has a red blinking light that will turn solid once it's done heating up. The little knob for adjusting the temperature is right here. You can go anywhere from 1 to 30. Basically, the guide suggests 1 to 5 through fine for fine hair, and then all the way up to 25 through 30 for very thick, coarse hair. I typically go right in the middle. Even though I have finer hair, I tend to think that a higher heat helps it crimp better. So I like to set this one to right about a little under 15. The cool thing about this is that it has a turbo boost button. So let's say you have your hair set for pretty much, you have your temperature set for pretty much doing your whole head of hair. You press this turbo boost button and it heats the iron to an additional 35 degrees just to get a hard to reach, just to get like a hard to crimp spot to crimp properly. So I have some cowlicks in my hair, so that helps really well in those areas. This one, first of all, it's so gorgeous. I love the aesthetic of it. If you want to make sure you have the same depth and level of crimp around, this is a really great one because you can set it for anywhere from 4 to 10 seconds for hold, and it will beep when it's time for you to move it further down your hair. So this one also heats up really fast. It's got a wide range of temperatures, and what I like about this one is that it actually tells you the temperature that it is. This is right now it is flashing the temperature that it is setting to 360, and it goes all the way from 280 to 430, and then once it is set, that will stop flashing. And it's got the little timer set button like I talked about. It starts at 4 seconds and then goes to 6, 8, or 10. I typically like a stronger crimp, so I'm gonna hold it at 8. This one's already heated up. It's been heated up for a while. And then we're gonna start. I'm gonna do and half my head with this so that we can compare and contrast and see which one we like better. Now, I deal a lot with frizz, so I do a heatless curl a lot with a curling wand, which I do really love, but sometimes I'm lazy the night before and I don't put it in. Or sometimes during the summer months, it's just too hot and I don't want to sleep with anything in my hair. So this is where a crimping iron really helps out. Or of course, if you don't have all night to, let's see if this one's warm yet. This one is warm. Or if you don't have all night to set your heatless curl, obviously. So once it's closed, it's going to count for you. And I think I had it set at 8 seconds. So then when 8 seconds is up, it will beep. And then I can move on to the next part of my hair. But I do love how wide and thick it is. I can do a really big portion of my hair very quickly. I have short hair and I have fine hair, so crimping it typically does go pretty quick, which is super nice. And what I like about actually using the crimper as opposed to the heatless curler is that there's way less frizz. Especially this iron really helps cut down on my frizz. I have really bad frizz, and this just helps keep it in check all day. I'm gonna try to just do half and half here. So I'm gonna cut this off here. You have more control with the smaller sections that you do, but I'm all about efficiency, so I just like to get it all done as quickly as possible. I do it in layers. I like to clip half of my hair up and then keep her going. So that is pretty much the bottom half of that done with that crimper. Now let's switch to the Conair and let's do this one. This one, no beep, no anything. Reminds me a lot of just your typical curling iron that you used in the mid-2000s growing up. A little different than the crimpers I had though, because I just have those wavy ones. You know what I'm talking about? Where this gives a more defined curl. Oh, you can already tell the difference. So that's another pro to the other crimper, is that it's impossible to burn yourself with, which was the Conair. A little more possibility, so it depends on how observant you are. And I really like the other one for doing my little girl's hair because she's 5, she moves a lot. And with that one, it's very, very difficult to burn yourself. This one, it has open hot elements. Obviously, that one, all the hot elements are covered. So that's really, really nice. But this one definitely gives more definition. So that's really nice, but you can't adjust it at all. Whereas the other iron, you can adjust the definition of the crimp depending on the temperature that you have it at and then how long you hold it for. So there you go. There are my bottom layers. You can tell how this one is more loose and fun, and this one is definitely more defined and crimpy, I guess is the word you would use. So quick recap, this is great for the price. I don't love this is really great for the price, but I don't love the open hot element for it, especially if you are using it with kids, whereas this one, it's just really nice. It kind of has everything going for it. They both do have automatic shut off, so that is really nice and really important, especially with me. I would lose my own brain if it wasn't in my head, so it's really nice to know that even if I leave these on, they are going to shut off automatically, so that helps a lot. But this one is the clear winner for me. However, if you're going for value, this one really does get the job done. It gets it done nicely, it gets it done quickly. It's just not quite as bougie as this one.